At the end of week 2, CLG now has a 3-1 record after sending Cloud9 down to a 1-3 record. Zion, the question I posed to Twitter, because we all know that the League of Legends community is very black and white, is does C9 suck now or is CLG good?
Obviously, it's both. C9 obviously sucks, and we're obviously the best team in the ALCS by far.
Okay. There we go. We have it. No, all right. So the question, every year it feels like CLG starts the season strong, kind of like a longer version of the win one game to give fans false hope, and then they start to struggle. How are you guys going to make sure that that doesn't happen this split?
Well, I just feel like we're playing pretty well, and we kind of understand our flaws and what to improve on. And not only that, but I think like I'm finally on a team where I have like teammates that are willing to help me, not only help themselves improve, but help me improve. And I feel the same way. So it's like a two-way street, you know? We kind of like work off each other, and that's something we've been improving on a lot. And that's something I haven't really like felt on any other team as much before. And that like feeling of camaraderie, and working together really makes it a lot easier to improve at the game and improve as a team.
Along those lines, in the past, there have been many people, even on the team, that have admitted that some of the players on the team can be overly critical, or maybe that it can be really hard for somebody on the team to get like feedback in a very good way. You mentioned that you feel like the team's there to really help you out and help you improve. Do you get the sense that people are incredibly critical, or that it's harder, or has the team finally figured out a way to send messages and communication in a way that's like friendly or at least helpful?
Well, I mean, from like a viewer standpoint and from a lot of people's standpoints, a lot of people form their opinions on players on what they see on Reddit. So they see like every day they go on Reddit and like, oh my God, Link, Hearthstone joke, you know, that's like hilarious. Like he's always playing Hearthstone, that's why he's bad. Or like Seraph, like flaming Seraph, like flaming Nien, like flaming anybody who's doing bad. And then like once that person does bad, all everybody has of them as their opinion is like that they were bad. And that doesn't really help. Like when you as a teammate, everybody else thinks your teammate's bad and you want to believe in them, that makes it really hard when just everybody else you know is just trying to bring that person down. And I don't feel that way at all about CLG right now. Like everybody is like at least like working towards trying to bring each other up, and that's like the kind of way we see it. And that helps a lot because a lot of people like to form opinions on people quickly, and I don't really think like people are that one-dimensional. Like there's so much more, and if you just allow like one opinion of a player or person to just like dominate your judgment, then it's really hard to trust each other and work well with each other. So one thing I like try to do is not really like look at those or take those negative Reddit comments or anything like that to heart, you know. And a lot of people, like most people in the pro scene, look at Reddit, they see those bad comments, and it affects them in some way. It affects every person, and you just have to not let that affect you. And I've been doing a really good job of that, I think, a lot of my career. I mean, I haven't gotten that much hate, so I haven't had it bad as some other players, but I'm just like amazed at how like someone like Link like gets like all that hate, and he's still able to just like try really hard and just like help. Like he's really helpful on the team, and I'm just surprised that out of all that hate, he's just been such a dedicated and determined player.
So sort of looping back, you don't feel like right now anyone on the team is like overly critical or whatever. Like the feedback you're getting feels positive, and it feels like the way communication's happening on the team is mostly positive?
I mean, it's definitely not perfect, but it's improving. I mean, of course, we have bad scrim days. Like everybody has bad scrim days, but we are improving and learning from our mistakes. And I feel like this is a much more positive environment than one I've been in like ever. So that's good.
Now, you guys have played just under half of your opponents in your team and the teams in the LCS now by week 2. I'm wondering for you, if you look at the remaining teams, or maybe even some of the ones that you've played, if you feel like there are any like major challenges in those teams that you have to face. Like, are you nervous about facing a TSM, or do you think that there are any big moments ahead of you guys?
I'd probably say TSM is probably the toughest opponent besides all the other teams. I think Team Liquid is good as well, and C9's pretty good, but they have their issues, and I think TSM is just like a little bit better than they are at the moment. And right now it looks like I think we're competing with TSM in terms of like I'm really excited to play against them, and I'm not sure if we'll like how good they are, but I think we can beat them. But I think they're probably our toughest opponents at the moment. So besides that, I think all the other teams are just like decent, but I don't really think they're like I'm like watching out for. But of course, like you don't want to sleep on any team. Any team will have a good strategy. They'll come out, they'll play amazingly, they'll get better. But at the moment, it just looks like TSM is like the main competition.
Well, I've been asking this question to a lot of people, and I know we're kind of running low on time because you got to run to your shuttle to get back to the CLG abode. But as everyone's trying to figure out where all the teams are ranking and all that stuff, where would you put CLG in the rankings at the moment?
I would put CLG at first.
Damn. You guys are better than TSM.
Yeah, I think we're better than TSM.
I love it. Is there anything that you would like to say to the fans out there, Zion?
Thanks for supporting CLG, and thanks for supporting me. Thank you to all my friends, family, and especially my teammates, because they've really helped me become a better person and a better teammate. And I look forward to the rest of LCS and Worlds later this year.
Well, Zion did say that he hadn't received much hate from the community yet, and he did just say that he thinks that they're better than TSM. So, great. You'll have a chance to experience that. It's going to be fantastic. For everyone else, you love hate?
Bring it to me. It'll make me stronger, and then I'll become even better. So just hate me as much as possible. Just look at me. Just come up to me at LCS and be like, I hate you. And I'll just be like, thanks.
I will definitely do that next week. For everyone else, you can check out the rest of our coverage of all things LCS at ongamers.com.